Many thanks for joining us on the news at 3 on ASO Television. Sincere apologies for coming your way very late. It was due to some technical hitches. The headlines. President Tinubu directs release of funds for Nigeria's space assets smart maintenance. IGP Disu inaugurates committee to review issue of state police. INEC presents certificates of return to FCT Council Chairman-elect. President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate release of approved funds for the maintenance of Nigeria's space assets in line with National Space Policy and Program. He reiterated his administration's commitment to the realization of Nigeria's space policy and program as outlined in the revised 25-year roadmap for space development. The president, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, gave the approval during the first meeting of the National Space Council held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He reiterated his administration's commitment to the realization of Nigeria's space policy and program as outlined in the revised 25-year roadmap for space development. President Tinubu assured that his administration, through the Renewed Hope agenda, is committed to developing the society by engaging relevant human resources for the social-economic improvement of the nation. The federal government has approved 6 major road projects across the country. Minister of Works David Umahi disclosed this while briefing State House correspondents on the outcome of the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu. The road projects include Ibadan-Ife-Ilesha Road, Kano-Kongolam Road, Kefi-Nasarawa Abaji Road, and the Suleja-Mina. Others are the Qatar Bridge project in Lagos, Abuja-Lokoja Road construction.
Today we send the entire memo to FEC for ratification of the project. 103 kilometers by 2, 427 billion approved by FEC. And the last one is the award of contract for phase 2 of the rehabilitation of Kefi-Nasarawa Toto Abaji Road. And the total contract, the length is 129.3 kilometers, and the total contract sum is 203 billion. The width of the road is 11.55 standard gauge, and good to announce that is also going to come out at Abaji, which is on this Lokoja, route. So if you take from there, you can come through Nasarawa and then come back here, vice versa. So we have 129.3 kilometers, 203 billion naira approved by Federal Executive Council.
Nigeria is to launch the National Single Window NSW platform on March 27, a move described by the Chief of Staff to President Femi Gbajabiamila as a monumental step in transforming the country's trade ecosystem. Mr. Gbajabiamila disclosed this during stakeholders meeting at the State House Abuja, attended by ministers, agency heads, and key officials. He said the initiative, first launched by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu nearly 2 years ago, is a far-reaching fiscal reform that will streamline trade procedures, improve efficiency, and enhance Nigeria's competitiveness. The Chief of Staff commended the dedication and professionalism of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Revenue Service, the Nigeria Customs Service, and other agencies involved.
A single window initiative, which was launched by Mr. President almost 2 years ago, is a transformational project that will streamline all the trade processes from clearing of goods at the ports and drive efficiency in the cost. This meeting is to review the progress we have made and get your commitment that we will manage this transaction smoothly, or rather this transition smoothly, ensuring there are no disruptions to the import and export processes.
Coordinating Minister of the Economy and Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to the project.
I would just like to confirm that what is required of the Ministry of Finance will definitely do, and we look forward over the next 23 days or so to working assiduously with all stakeholders to ensure that we deliver. We're on course.
Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Odunwale, reiterated the ministry's full support, calling the project a critical pillar of the Renewed Hope agenda.
being a ministry responsible for trade, for exports, for imports, for making sure that inputs for industrialization come into the country and that our finished goods are competitive and able to go out through the ports.
On his part, Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Lai Mikado, supplied the bank's full support, highlighting the importance of closing Nigeria's trade facilitation gap with other countries.
This very important occasion, which really the presentation that has been made here today is quite impressive, and it's clearly an attestation of the very hard work and commitment that has gone into taking us to where we are.
We can't thank you enough.
Similarly, Chairman of the Nigeria Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, called for stronger coordination and political will, proposing that the Minister of Trade lead the 23-day implementation phase to ensure seamless delivery.
We can't thank you enough. Though the team will work so hard, but without this accommodation and political will, there is no way we have crossed what we've crossed. So as much as that's good, we now have more ahead, looking at this.
Earlier in his presentation, the NSW coordinator, Mr. Tola Fokalade, urged agencies to intensify support in the final 23 days before they go live as scheduled. The House of Representatives Committee on Renewable Energy has issued its final summons to the Managing Director of the Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Abubakar Aliyu, and the head of the Nigeria Electrification Program, Olufemi Akinyelure, over their failure to appear before the panel. Chairman of the committee, Mr. Afam Victor Ogene, at a resumed hearing Tuesday, expressed displeasure over what he described as repeated non-compliance by the agency's leadership with invitations extended by the panel. He said lawmakers would be compelled to invoke their constitutional powers to enforce attendance should the two officials fail to appear before the committee on Thursday, March 5, 2026 at 2 p.m. The committee is currently investigating grant loans and investments in Nigeria's renewable energy sector between 2015 and 2024, with peculiar focus on the disbursement of funds, project implementation, and compliance with statutory financial regulations. Chairman of the House Ad Hoc Committee on Investigation of Pre-Shipment Inspection of Exports and the Non-Remittance of Crude Oil Proceeds, Mr. Sheyi Sorumi, has directed the Nigeria Customs Service, the Nigeria Ports Authority, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture to submit all requested documents requested by the committee regarding the investigation. The directive followed submissions by representatives of the agencies at resumed investigative hearing on Wednesday at the National Assembly, which lawmakers said was not up to date, and requested that the concerned agencies appear on the date to be communicated. The agencies earlier informed the committee on their separate roles regarding pre-shipment of oil and non-oil goods and commodities at exports terminals. Chairman of the committee, in his remarks, said the investigation is crucial to the nation as it will help address some of the issues making the country to lose the needed revenues through leakages. And lawmakers in the House of Representatives have thrown their support behind the proposed establishment of the Green and Climate Bank of Nigeria. Chairman House Committee on Renewable Energy, Mr. Afam Ogene, disclosed this at a joint briefing with the Quantum partners and promoters of the bank on Wednesday at the National Assembly. He described the proposal as both timely and strategic, noting that the bank is designed to serve as an important financial institution that mobilizes private capital, uses innovative risk-sharing tools, and provides long-term financing tailored specifically to renewable energy and other climate-aligned sectors. Also speaking at a briefing, founders of Quantum Partners and the promoters of the Green Climate Bank, Dr. Olufemi Adedikbe, said the bank is designed to mobilize capital for Nigeria's transition to a low-carbon green economy, Co-founder of Quantum Partners and promoters of the bank, Dr. Samuel Ndubisi Brown, further revealed that their immediate next step is to use $100 million in funding capital to enable for complete regulatory approvals, establishment of core systems and digital infrastructure, and to commence lending and project financing with a target operational timeline in 2026. He disclosed that the bank is about building institutional capacity for the future towards ensuring that Nigeria does not depend solely on external mechanisms to finance its climate transition. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has inaugurated a committee to review and advise on the widely discussed issue of state police, signaling a renewed institutional focus on the subject. Inaugurating the committee on the Goodluck Jonathan Peacekeeping Hall, Force Headquarters in Abuja, IGP Disu described the initiative as a significant step towards strengthening Nigeria's internal security architecture and improving community-based policing across the country. Our correspondent, Richard Alechinwanyebe, has the story.
Speaking during his first formal engagement with senior officers of the force following his appointment by President Bola Tinubu, the 23rd Indigenous IGP said the task before the committee was both significant and timely, noting that Nigeria's evolving security challenges require innovative thinking, strategic collaboration, and bold reforms to make policing more responsive to local realities. IGP Disu highlighted the responsibilities before the 7-member committee headed by Professor Olu Ogunshakin as chairman, with Commissioner of Police CP Bode Ojajuni as secretary, and gave it 4 weeks to submit its reports.
Your work will help shape the framework through which state policing may operate in Nigeria in a manner that strengthens rather than fragments our national security system. In carrying out this assignment, your deliberations must be guided by professionalism, objectivity, and a clear appreciation of the unique complexity of policing in a diverse nation like our own. Among other responsibilities, the committee is expected to review existing police models within and outside Nigeria, assess community security needs and emerging risks amongst the country, propose an operational framework for the establishment and coordination of state police structures, address issues relating to recruitment, training standards, and resource allocation, develop robust accountability and oversight mechanisms to ensure professionalism and public trust.
He also allayed fears of the public on possible abuse of state police by governors who may use it to attack perceived political opponents.
We have a lot of fears. We are meeting with a lot of people. That is the task of the committee. All these your fears will be taken into consideration in the framework. And don't forget that Nigeria is not the first nation that will be operating state police. So a lot of comparative analysis will be done.
IGP Disu also stressed that under his leadership, professionalism, accountability, and transparency would be standards and not mere slogans, warning that misconduct, corruption, extortion, unlawful arrest and detention erode public confidence and dishonor the uniform, adding unequivocally that such actions would not be tolerated. Recall that President Tinubu a few days ago asked the Senate to commence the process of amending the 1999 Constitution to provide for the establishment of state police, declaring that Nigeria must urgently restructure its security architecture to effectively tackle terrorism, banditry, and insurgency. Richard Alechinwanyebe, ASO Television News.
You're watching ASO Television News. We are live on GSTV 392, StarTimes TV 127, Free TV 507 on the UHF band, channel 38, also on Facebook and YouTube Live. More stories coming your way after this timeout. Stay with us.
10 singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested. Along. I'm exploring. Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and that's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has presented certificates of return to the newly elected and re-elected area council chairman, vice chairman and councillors in the Federal Capital Territory. The brief but memorable ceremony held at the FCT INEC office in Area 10, Abuja. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar reports.
Presenting the certificate of return, the FCT resident electoral commissioner Malam Aminu Idris described the event as the formal conclusion of a successful, peaceful and transparent electoral process. According to him, the presentation covered the 6 area council chairmen and their deputies, as well as 62 councillors who emerged victorious in the February 21st area council elections across the FCT.
I wish on behalf of the commission to congratulate all of you for your success at the polls, and also urge you to see your mandate as a call to duty to the people of the FCT. Your election is a testimony, or it's a testament to the trust reposed in you by the people. I encourage you to embrace your mandate with a sense of duty, working tirelessly to serve the aspiration of your constituents.
Speaking to newsmen shortly after receiving his certificate, the chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, Mr. Christopher Zaka Mekalangu, expressed gratitude to God and the electorate, describing the occasion as the final bus stop of the electoral cycle. He pledged to justify the confident reposed in him by delivering more evidence of democracy to residents of the council. In his remarks, the chairman-elect of Gwagwalada Area Council, Comrade Kasum Mohammed Ikwa, said he views his election as a call to greater responsibility and a challenge to contribute his quota to the development and progress of the area council.
You will never see me anywhere insulting my rival or my opponents. I don't do that. We are all political friends, so I don't have enemy, and everybody is my friend. Let's just come and let's join hands together and move on forward. That's my message to them.
I have the belief, with the cooperation of people and with the zeal and the dedication I have to transform Gwagwalada, that all these 7-point agenda are achievable. I want to assure Gwagwalada people that God's willing that Gwagwalada is going to be better at the grace of God.
Also speaking, Mazi Agu Okochiku Samuel, chairman of the Gwagwalada Igbo Political Forum, commended INEC for what he described as noticeable improvement in the conduct of the elections, noting, however, that there is always room for further improvement. He also reminded the Gwagwalada Council chairman-elect of the enormous task ahead in meeting the expectations of the people.
Our expectation is that he should get up as soon as the inauguration is done to hit the ground running. We expect all-inclusive governance from him, because so many of us were expecting him to perform creditably well, more than the previous chairman and even the present one.
Other chairmen-elect presented with their certificate of return include that of Abaj Area Council Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, who is returning for a second term, Kwali Area Council Chairman-elect Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali, Kuje Area Council Chairman-elect Mr. Samuel Danjuma Shekwelo, and Buhari Area Council Chairman-elect Mr. Joshua Musa Ishaku. They were accompanied by hundreds of supporters and well-wishers. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, will host the Made in Nigeria Aircraft Acquisition and Investment Summit on April 1 and 2 at the Federal Palace Hotel in Lagos. A statement by the minister's spokesperson, Tunde Moshood, said the summit will bring together global aircraft lessors, financiers, airline operators and investors to explore opportunities in Nigeria's aviation sector. According to the statement, Nigeria currently handles about 16 million air passengers annually, with projections expected to rise to over 25 million by 2029, highlighting strong demand for expanded airline fleets and airport infrastructure. The statement said the initiative supports aviation reforms under the administration of President Tinubu and aims to attract investment while strengthening Nigeria's aviation financing landscape. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wadil Shuaibu, has directed troops of the 4th Special Forces Command to intensify high-impact operations aimed at decisively defeating terrorists and insurgents across the country. The Army Chief gave the directive during his maiden operational visit to the command in Doma, Nasarawa State, where he stressed the need for precision-driven and intelligence-led operations to dominate the battle space and respond effectively to emerging security threats. According to a statement by the Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Akbolonia Anele, the Chief of Staff urged personnel to remain proactive, adaptive, and mission-focused, noting that the evolving security environment demands speed, surprise, and superior combat readiness. During the visit, the Army Chief received operational briefings from the Commander of the 4 Special Forces Command, Major General Olurotimi Awolo, and the Commandant of the Nigerian Army Special Forces School, Brigadier General Umar Farouk Abubakar. He approved the construction of additional accommodation and critical facilities to improve training and troop welfare, while reiterating continued investment in logistics and modern combat enablers. The visit also featured a tree planting exercise within the cantonment, highlighting environmental sustainability, as Shuaibu reaffirmed that Special Forces troops remain at the forefront of efforts to dismantle criminal networks threatening national security. Now, possessing self-worth and value by women are foundational to achieving desired result in the push for more women participation in governance and inclusivity. This was the agreement as a group of women under the Aegis Rebirth Women Network staged a walk on the street of the Gwarimpa area of the Federal Capital Territory. Founder of the group, Evangelist Dr. Onyinyechi Ozemelam, underscored the need for women to reconnect to the basis of integrity and character preparatory to leadership opportunity. Here is a report. Evangelist Dr. Onyinyechi Ozemelam said Rebirth Women Network is an offspring of another group, Women Rights Network. She revealed that after 5 years of advocacy, the team realized, among other strategies, that the inclusivity women so seek begins right from when women themselves intentionally cultivate character, competence, and confidence.
It is time for women to rise. Women should rise up and take their place and become active contributors in the society. We are urging that women, let's go back to the drawing board. Let us become that women of integrity. Those women of what? Purpose, women of virtue, women of substance, and come and see the world revolving around us. People will give us position in leadership places because they trust us to deliver.
We have been reminded to understand that we shouldn't forget that we are African, and the definition of a true African woman is to maintain her family, her community, the nation, and the world at large.
You have to start by your mind. You have to start with defining your mind, your soul and spirit. Rebirth your mind, rebirth your mindset, so that you would first believe in yourself before you go out there.
We are helpmates right from time, and we are here to take back our role in the society as helpmates. We are here to amplify the voices of men. We are here to amplify all that needs to be achieved in our country, Nigeria.
Whenever a woman stands up to speak, she dismantles the spirit of silence in her. So what I want to advise them is to stand up and speak. You know, because if you're hiding, if you're under a room, nobody will hear you out. Until you come out, then they will hear you.
Evangelist Onyinyechi said developing the culture of supporting selves to success is another winning tool for women.
Women, first of all, we get it right by uniting, becoming one, giving each other the support that they need. Because when I support you, you support me. You realize that what? Our voice is louder. But when you are speaking alone, you are speaking to yourself. But when you are speaking in unity, it becomes what? A voice. So first of all, women have to unite, come together, become one voice, and stop being a tool to pull each other down.
The 21st century alone has seen the mass springing up of different women groups with peculiar agenda, emancipation, push for inclusivity, equal representation in governance, and the like.
In Nigeria, the recent years have seen the push for inclusivity and equal participation in governance. And with the gender bill currently before the National Assembly, more women groups are out with advocacies. Rebirth Women Network is one of such groups. The convener, evangelist Dr. Onyinyechi Ozemelam, said reawakening by women themselves is a first step towards getting it right.
Rebirth Women Network! One movement!
Rosemary Ukokotega, ASO Television News.
Governor of Central Bank, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, has disclosed that the total gold holdings of the CBN increased to $3.5 billion after taking delivery of responsibly sourced gold refined to London Bullion Market Association good delivery standards and adding it to its foreign reserves. The CBN, in a press statement, said the gold sourced in Nigeria was aggregated by the Solid Minerals Development Fund, SMDF, through the National Gold Purchase Program. It added that the program involves local miners and operates within the responsible sourcing framework aligned with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, due diligence guidelines, and the World Gold Council's London principles. Speaking recently at the one-day workshop on strategies to maximizing the economic benefits of minerals in Nigeria, the CBN governor said the Apex Bank acquired the monetary-grade gold in Naira at pricing linked to LBMA benchmarks, a structure designed to preserve Nigeria's foreign exchange holdings while strengthening the nation's gold reserves. Also speaking, the Executive Secretary of the Solid Minerals Development, Hajia Fatima Amaro Shinkafi, highlighted the successful delivery of LBMA standard gold demonstrates the strength of the organization's formalization framework and supply chain due diligence processes. And that's a bulletin. Many thanks for watching. I am Rosemary Okokotega. Join us at 7 p.m. for more news.